there, and welcome to my studio. I love to print on clay, and I got a message from this company about some silk screens they make. It's called Small Dog Prints. It was a true goodie box. I want to show you what was in here, and then I want to show you how to expose the screens the way they told you, and I want to show you my adaptations for doing screens. They sent all these great instructions. I love this. And there's such a customer service friendly place. They even gave me all this information, like to contact them if you have any questions. But I truly did find the product pretty trouble-free. She sent me some sample screens, which, excuse me, I pretty much am in love with. So these are ones that she's already made that you can purchase if you don't want to make your own. Fabulous. This is a mesh that she includes so that once you're done with the silk screens, you can flush it out with water. She sent us some transparencies. These transparencies, I believe this is for an inkjet. You can look in the instructions. I use an inkjet printer, but you know, all these transparencies have a rough side and a smooth side. You want to print on the rough side. Very important. Look at how smart they are. Ooh. She tells you right there. This little setup is a piece of black cardboard in this sleeve, and this is where you put the prints to develop. I did do a modification on that, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Excuse me, the cutest darn little black box. When you go to develop, you're going to put water in here. Basically, the concept is you develop the screen. Once you're done developing, you put it in water, let it soak for 10 minutes, and then you can flush it out. So that's what this is for. I did, again, do an adaptation on this. Their suggestion is to make your room totally dark. So dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. So I did buy block-out curtains to try this. But I did find it was a little more forgiving. I kind of skipped the step. I would follow her instructions completely, and I am not a representative of this company, and I am only showing you my adaptation. So if you fail on this, you know, you're going to have to modify. I'm just going to show you what I did. The stuff is so super light sensitive. You develop it in a really dark room. You can't see anything if you're in a dark closet. So you use this so that you can see what you're doing. We're going to kind of modify this step a little bit. This just shows you kind of a transparency in the finished screen, little sample. The light sensitive emulsion comes in this kind of a packet. All the light sensitive screens, you have to have your room pretty dark. That is so sweet. She includes some test strips so that you could practice, so that if you're not sure about your lighting, you're not using a full sheet. And these are some little squeegee things that she sent me. I'm thinking these are to apply the inks, and that's how I'm going to use them. And look at this. So thoughtful. She put these little rubbery things. Why? Because when you have these things inked up, they can kind of sit up off the surface of your table. Little brush. This is for cleaning your screen. This is the nuts and bolts of the operation. This is the light that you're going to use to expose it. And this is the stand, and you can adjust it so that you are 12 inches from your work surface. This is my adaptation. This is what she sends, and a lot of the silkscreen companies use this. I use a setup like this. I have 2 sheets of glass. Other sheet of glass is covered with a piece of flannel or anything black felt. And then I have another sheet of glass that goes on top. This sandwiches everything together, because sometimes I'll get something where it's not really flush to it, instead of getting something like that, where it's a very crisp edge. What do I print with, you say? Oh, the best darn product on the market, Amico ceramic printing inks. So we're going to use these silk screens, this ink, print on clay, make some art. So we have our light sensitive emulsion. We have our light setup. We have the transparencies. We're going to turn the lights off because we have to have a dark room, and we're going to expose the silk screen. I'm going to take the top sheet of glass off, set it to the side. We do have a little bit of light. I tried this yesterday afternoon and it worked for me. But you have to have everything ready, because once this comes out of the envelope, it's kind of game on. So I'm going to pull a sheet of this out. I'm going to put the shiny side up, which is the emulsion side. At this point, you got to work pretty quickly. She suggests that you put the print side down. So I'm going to do what I'm told on that part. I can tell because it's the rough side, so I can kind of feel it. Then I'm going to put the glass on top, and I'm going to turn the light on for 60 seconds. Done. Now we're going to light off. We're going to take the glass off. We're going to take the transparencies off. We're going to run over to the sink. We're going to put it in the water. And then to keep the light out, I have a bat. I'm going to put that bat over, light blocked out. Now I am going to set it for 10 minutes. Now we're going to take them and we're going to use this nozzle to flush them out. That's why they send you this mesh. So you put your silkscreen on top, put the water through. I also use this. I got it from Home Depot. It's really goes where above on ceilings to diffuse light. I find this is great for this and for drying slabs, frankly. We'll reach in here and get our silkscreen. Some of it's already washing out. Why? Because it's a fabulous product. I'm trying to feel which side is like the screen side and which is the emulsion side. I'm going to put an emulsion side up. Look at that. And look how easy it flushes out. It's fabulous. Now, silkscreen companies, they all suggest different things. She may suggest that you put this back under a light to make sure that all the emulsion is kind of nice and toasty and will never come out of the screen. I'm just going to hang it in my studio because I have a lot of sunlight in my studio. And then I just hang it on a clothesline to dry, but I would follow her instructions just to be on the safe side. And look at how crisp it is. Oh yeah, we're going to be printing on some slabs. Thank you very much. I love this product. I think it makes beautiful screens. Are we going to test it on this slab? Oh yes, we are. Let me recap my adaptations so that you can see what I changed. I would follow her instructions to the T. I am only showing you what I did to make the process a little smoother in my own studio. One thing is I had a very dimly lit room, so I skipped the yellow bulb. It had just a wee bit of light, but you could see we filmed in the dark, so it did work, but you don't need much light because I think they really are ultra light sensitive. Hooray, we love that. The other adaptation was this. Instead of putting our transparency and film in here, we had the 2 sheets of glass, one covered with black felt, another sheet of glass on top. I do all my silk screens this way because I love this really pressed together so that they develop well. And our third adaptation, putting the water in here, leaving the screen so it's dark. Instead, we used a bucket of water, put our silk screens in there, and just capped it off to block the light. Small dog prints, light sensitive emulsion for silk screening on whatever you want. We're going to silk screen on clay. So on this, when you use these silk screens, I think all the silk screen companies, it seems like that I've seen, they have you put it the shiny side down. So we'll add a little bit of this. Let's add a little bit of yellow on it. Oh, look at that print. We love that. I'm going to go a couple of different directions. Now, I'm not going to worry about lining this up exactly. I don't care if it overprints a little bit. That way I can use any part of the slab I want. Love the way these print. I love printing on clay, and I'm kind of liking that small dog print silk screen. So get yourself some inks, get yourself some silk screens, and give it a try. See you next time.